Hi friends, it is Friday. It is Good Friday. If you celebrate the resurrection, it's Good Friday. And it's a beautiful Friday here in my world, in my universe. It's 81 degrees today. It's absolutely beautiful. The sun is shining. My blinds aren't open all the way, so I gotta fix that. But the sun is shining. The weather is sweet. Yes. I'm feeling better today. I wasn't feeling too good yesterday, I think because I waited too late to eat and I just didn't feel good. I didn't go to bed till about 3:30 this morning, however. I was up late. I did sleep. And when I say I didn't go to bed, I was in bed, but I wasn't really sleeping. I was kind of in and out. So I finally went into a deep sleep then, and it was good. And so now I'm up. I'm ready to start my Friday, and Yappy and I are here, and let's get into it. Today is a good one. Today is saying yes when you really mean no. Hell to the no, fucking no, all of it. So let's get into it. So grab a snack and come on back, as the beautiful Miss Wendy Williams always used to say. So let's get it. I've got on my bossa nova music, feeling so good today for now. I may have a crash later, but for now I'm feeling good, feeling really good. And today's topic is saying yes when you really mean no, and establishing better boundaries. Establishing a better boundary, because we've all been there. You've done it. I've definitely done it. I've been that yes girl. But those days are long over for me, and I have found my power. When I turned 50, I really found my power. As the beautiful Hilda, Nova Scotia's Black Indian story says, you've got the power. Yes, you've got the power. I've got the power. We all have the fucking power. Stop being a people pleaser and stop saying yes when you really mean no. Stop doing it. It makes you miserable. Then all you do is complain afterwards. And nobody wants to hear that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Because I know that you said something and you said yes and instantly you regretted it. Instantly it was a regret. Like, why did I say that? And then you got to go and make excuses. And then you forget what you make the excuses about. And then that comes back to bite you in the ass. Stop doing it. We're grown-ass people. I'm a grown-ass woman. And if you ask me to do something and I don't want to do it, guess what I'm going to say to you? No. It's a full sentence, and I don't owe you an explanation. Just like that. Just like that. And it's not hard to do it. People will start to respect you for that, because people will know where you're coming from. And I've said this in videos in the past. Once people know the authentic you, there's no room for bullshit. Stop being phony. Stop being fake. Stop wanting to please everybody, to be friends and all of that. No, everybody is not for everybody, and everything is not for everyone. So if they can't get with that and can't understand that, then that's not your person, beloved. Move on. And it hurts and it's painful and you'll go through that grieving process, but you got to let that go. You got to let it go. When you say yes, but your gut is screaming, no, we don't want to do that. And you're like, oh, sure, we'll be there. And what time? Oh, and you need me to make a dozen cupcakes? Oh, you need me to bring a pot of rice? Oh, yeah, Easter Sunday? Oh, no. Unless you have a family gathering and this is what you do and you want to do it. But other than that, no, I'm not. It's Good Friday. We haven't gotten any. The last Easter invite that we got was when Jewel Morales passed away. And my cousins gave us the pity Easter, because it was our first Easter without her. So they gave us the pity Easter invite. Zoe was working. Zoe has always worked Easter Sunday. Ever since she started working, she has always worked Easter Sunday. And that day she worked, she had started a new job working for Lidl at the time. And if you're not familiar, Lidl is a grocery store chain that it's similar to Aldi, except you don't have to pay for the carts or anything at Lidl, but it's the same premise. It's also a European based grocery store. And Zoe got off work and I'm like, well, if you want to go, I mean, the good thing about it is we can have something to eat. So let's just go for that reason. And we did. You know, I saw a lot of my nieces and nephews, and one of them in particular who was my mother's favorite. And I just busted out crying because my mother would have loved to have seen him at that time. He was almost 6 feet tall, and I'm sure now he's over that and everything. And, you know, so it was still raw for me. I was still in that crying mode of constant grieving, crying. So yeah, I was really putting myself out there to even go to this Easter event. We didn't have to bring anything, but I didn't want to go to that. I didn't want to go. And to be honest, I don't care what everybody's doing and what, you know, everybody's trying to live like the Joneses and do this, and their name is actually Jones. But everybody's trying to, you know, do all that, and it's like, nah, I'm not interested. You know, I'm not interested in that shit. I'm not. I just would rather, because when I'm not there, you invited me, it's a pity invite, and we're there and everything, but when we're not there, you don't give a shit about me. And that was 2022. This is 2025. I have not gotten another invite since. So, right? Why bother? Why say yes? You know, when you feel that yes slipping out of your mouth, it's like, ugh, I've been there. You know, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And, you know, the problem of why we say yes when we mean no, it's a big problem. But, you know, for many years, like I said, I was a yes woman. Need help moving? Oh, call me. I'll come and help you. Sure. Can I take that extra project on at work when I know I've got so many other things in the fire to do? But sure, I'll do this one too. You know, do I really want to go to that party? No, but okay. I guess I'll go. And no, when you have that sigh and that or rolling your eyes back in your head and whatnot, that's your gut and your intuition telling you, beloved, you don't want to do this bullshit. So get off your ass and say no. Just say no, you know. I wasn't saying yes out of joy. And that's the truth. I was not saying yes out of joy. I was saying yes out of fear. Fear, you ask? Yeah, the fear of disappointing other people. But those other people don't give a damn about disappointing me. Like 100,000%, they don't give a damn about disappointing me, disappointing my child. But I'm always there, and I was always there. Not anymore. No. Why? Why are we doing that? You know, the fear of being seen as selfish if we don't say yes. Well, yeah, you know what? I am fucking selfish. I'm selfish because I want to spend time with me and mine. And I don't want to deal with bullshit. I don't want to deal with the phoniness. I don't want to deal with the people who I only see once in a blue moon because they're there, but they don't talk to me otherwise. I don't talk to them. Oh, they may follow me on the platforms because they're nosy and they want to know what I'm doing and all of that, but they don't speak to me in the real world. So why am I coming there to deal with that? No. Absolutely not. You know, and then along the way you lose yourself. You lose yourself. You know, your energy, your peace, your truth. You lose it. And we have to get that back. This is 2025. Striving, thriving, surviving, and the change that is going on in 2025 is fucking mind-blowing. The change is mind-blowing. And you got to get with that. And part of that change is getting out of that being a yes woman, yes man, yes whomever. Stop it right now. Stop it. Because you know, unless it's something that brings you happiness and joy, then by all means do it. If it brings you happiness and joy, do it. But when you already know, because you see the phone ringing. You see your phone ringing and you're like, it's coming. Yeah, so-and-so's calling. And you know me, and my motto is, if you're not going to bring me happiness and joy in that moment, and I don't want to hear the bullshit, and I don't want to hear I'm not answering my phone. I have a friend, a dear friend. The phone rings, she's breaking her neck to answer the phone. I have a relative who does that too. Stop it. I'm not breaking my neck to answer any phones. I will get to you when I can get to you. I'm in the middle of doing something right now. I'm busy right now. Or I basically, point blank period, I don't feel like talking to you. I don't want to hear your complaining. I don't want to hear your everything. I don't want to hear it. So no, beloved, I'm not answering my phone. And that's one of the things that bugs me. That's a pet peeve of mine. My mother used to always answer, and then she would get these calls that were like maybe bill collectors, telemarketing, or whatever, and they're like, they need to speak to Alexis right away, whatever. I'm like, Mommy, I don't know that number. If that name doesn't come up on the phone, it's not somebody that I know. I don't need to talk to them. They don't need to talk to me. It's bullshit. Hang up the phone. Don't. Yes. When I hit my 60, I have to rephrase. When I hit my 50s, really when I hit my 50s, now that I'm 60 and in my sexagenarian era, the power, as Hilda says, you got the power is in me right now. I don't give excuses. I don't explain things. There's no explanations. I'm not giving you an explanation. You don't do anything for me. You don't come over here. You don't buy my food. You definitely damn well don't pay my bills. You do nothing for me and mine. Now, my deep friends, my soul family here, yes, you all have done so much for me and Zoe. The generosity and the outpouring is amazing. I don't get that in my real life here. And when I say real life, I'm not saying that YouTube is not real. What I'm saying is the people who are physically with me when I say real life. I don't get that from these people who I've known since before they were born, because I'm older than most of them. I don't get that from them. So no, and I realize that every single time, I started asking myself, what do I really want? What do I actually want? Do you want to do this, Alexis? No. Is it going to make you feel good? No. Are you going to be complaining afterwards and rolling your eyes up in your head? Yes. The conversations that we would have after we would do this shit would be so funny, Mommy and I, or Zoe and I, because it would be like, did you see so-and-so and blah, 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 and that bullshit, and the whole, if we didn't go, no, we would have missed out on that. But we didn't need to go for that, because we don't need that energy. We don't need the 3D energy. Remember, we are going up, baby, all the way up. We are going up to that 5th dimension. The 3D, nah, that's for average people. And there's nothing average about me at all. Nothing. We're not down there. We're not down there with the negativity, the negative energy, the low energy. No, we are up in the 5th dimension. We are getting to that 5th dimension. And fun fact, I think I said it here before, but the 5th dimension, back in the 60s, if you don't know, ask your mama. And if you don't have a mama to ask, Google it. The 5th dimension was a black singing group led by Billy Davis and Marilyn McCoo, who are husband and wife. My father was very good friends with them, and they would come to New York and perform. And my father was the maitre d' at the Algonquin Hotel and at the Americana Hotel. And they would come and perform. I was their little mascot. Then I was a little girl. These are core memories I remember. I was like 3. And I remember being in this hotel room with these giants, these singers, and being there. Daddy always took Mommy and I when they were in town to see them. He knew so many celebrities. He had so many celebrity friends. So many. And I've met so many of them. People in all genres. Broadway, music, in the dance world, some of the top tap dancers. You know, I've met them all. I've met them all. And I've gotten to do a lot of things because of my father's connection to these people. So every time I speak of the fifth dimension, I hear them. One of their famous songs is Up, Up and Away in my beautiful balloon. Look it up. Google it. I'll try to put a picture of them here. But, you know, and then when I hit my 60s, and after the deep grief of my mother, because I lost my mother just 2 months shy of my 57th birthday. And, you know, after the deep grief that I suffered, the very deep grief that I suffered, and then the big changes in my life. One of the major changes was deciding to stop the bullshit and transform my health and lose a whole nother human being, 115 pounds. Today, I need to see, I'm going to put this back when I'm done. And I'm going to take a picture of me and what I have on today. And if I can take it and put it up here, I'm going to put it up here. I have on a pair of beautiful LuLaRoe leggings. And they're orange with blue, like turquoise blue, or mint green, I don't know, aqua blue and white roses. And they're just beautiful. I have them on with this top and my sneakers. These are my mother's pants. And my mother was so tiny. These were actually a little bit big on her after she had gotten so frail and lost weight. But my mother was a tiny person. And I'm wearing these pants. I am wearing these pants. I wore another pair of her pants the other day. And I'm just like, I can't wait to get into the tops because the tops are still too small. The pants are nice because they're leggings and they're stretchy. So I can get them on and they're not pinching me and anything. And even though I've been on vacation with Zoe this whole week and a half, we have until Wednesday for the rest of our vacation. I'm just loving my time being here with her. I'm hoping today that we get to do some TikToks or something. I really want to do some things with her, something fun with her. And basically, I feel good. You know, I feel good about myself. I feel so good after making these transformations. And there's no room for being a yes woman. There's no room for that. Saying yes to myself, 100,000%. But saying yes to the bullshit, no. You know, and that's when, you know, I started saying what is actually bringing me joy and making me happy. What do I want? And what am I saying yes to and why? Why am I saying yes? Because I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, or because I don't want somebody to think bad about me, that I'm not giving my all to them when they give damn near nothing to me. And they don't really give a shit about me, but it's like, well, let's give her that pity call. And then while we're calling her, let her bring this and let her do this and let her do that. No. You know, I realized that every time I said yes to something I didn't want to, I was saying no to myself. Let me say that again for you. Let this marinate. Every time I was saying yes to something that I did not want to do, I was saying no to myself. That's not a good thing. Why am I saying no to me and making somebody else happy and it's making me freaking miserable? No. You know, so for the healing part of this whole piece, you have to, you know, sit down with yourself and say to yourself, self, in my case, Lex, why are you saying yes? What is the reason behind this? And really sit with that. And is it making you happy? Is it bringing you joy? I'm thinking of Marie Kondo. If you don't know Marie Kondo, you can Google her. Marie Kondo is Japanese. And for a time, she had a show on Netflix. It might still be on there, I don't know. But she doesn't film it anymore. And she would come to your house and tell you how to get rid of the clutter. And look at it. Does this thing bring you joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, guess what? You're either going to donate it or you're going to trash it. You're going to donate it to the Goodwill, or you're going to give it to a friend who you know has always admired it, but it doesn't bring you joy. So you might as well give them their flowers now while they're here. Give it to them while you're here. Or you're going to trash it because it's a piece of junk that's been sitting here for 10 years and you haven't looked at it once, but you're keeping it just because, oh. Am I right? So when Marie Kondo, I always think of that. If it doesn't spark joy or bring me happiness, because you know Lexi is always on, I'm always on that fifth dimension. I'm always happy and wanting to bring that joy. But I can't bring that joy if I'm pushing myself down to the 3D level, trying to make other people happy and not making myself happy. And you have to think about that. What makes you happy? If this is a family thing and it makes you happy to always be jumping through hoops and doing that, then so be it. Good for you. But that doesn't make me happy. That doesn't make me happy at all. You know, it's time for new beginnings, you know? So how to start setting boundaries, which is time for new beginnings when you start setting boundaries. You know, if you're on this journey of being, you were a yes person, but now you're really trying to set that boundary, establish boundaries, and say no without an explanation and without giving, and oh, well, you know, and no. I said, no, I can't. I'm sorry, but I can't. That's it. And you don't even really need to say you're sorry because you're not sorry. You don't want to do it. So no, I don't. And that's a full sentence, beloved. No is a full sentence. Learning how to say no, though, without guilt. Without guilt. It's hard because we're human. You know, we're human and we do feel that guilt when we say no to somebody. You know, we feel it. We do, but you get over it. You will get over it. You will get over it. Trust me, you will get over it. You know, pause before you answer. Take a pause. Think about it, because they don't have to rush you. If it's somebody who's in your face, you need to say to them, I need to get back to you on that. That's it. You don't need an explanation on why you need to get back to them. Why do I need to get back to you? No, there's no explanation. Let me think about that. I have to get back to you. Or if you feel so inclined to give an explanation, I need to check my calendar. And not the calendar in my phone, the calendar at my house. So I will have to get back to you. If you're on the phone with somebody, you know, I have to think about that. Give me a minute. Let me think about that. Or you know what? I'll call you back and let you know. But if you know, instead of doing all that hemming and hawing bullshit, just say, I can't make it. I can't make it. No, I can't make it. Or I can't do it. Or whatever the thing is that you don't want to fucking do, say no, beloved. No, I can't. That's it. That's it. People will start respecting you for being your authentic self and saying no and meaning no. Say what you mean and mean what you say. It's right here. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Then there's no room for interpretation. And there's no room for error. There are no mistakes. There's no, oh, well, they thinking. No, you didn't think shit because I said no to you. So you couldn't have thought that, oh, I didn't mean it. Or no, I meant it. When I said no, I meant it. You know, you don't answer right away. You say, let me think about it. Buy yourself some time. Because you don't owe anyone an instant yes. And you don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't. You know, and guilt is a liar. That's what we get ready to get into. Guilt is a liar. I know, because I had guilt for 3.5 motherfucking years over the death of my precious jewel. The guilt that I had, or the guilt that I had all the years before that, whenever I went out and did something fun with my daughter, the guilt that my mother wasn't with me because she was home, because she chose to be home. She didn't want to be out. She didn't want to. She knew that she didn't feel herself. She didn't want to go anywhere. But the guilt that I always felt every time we went out, and I'm like, oh my God, Zoe, but we got to get home. I got to get something for Grandma. We got to, instead of enjoying myself and having joy so that I can come here and give the joy back to my mom and give her the joy back. But I was stifling myself and going down on that 3D, and that's not for any of us. That's not for any of us. And if you think that's for you, you have a lot of shadow work and a lot of work to do for yourself, because that's not for you, beloved. You need to be up on a higher plane. You need to be up on a higher plane. You know, feeling guilty doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. It just means that you're doing something new. You know, you're doing something new. Don't confuse guilt with wrongness, because that was one of the game changers for me. I'm doing something new now. I'm bettering myself. I have no reason to be guilty. I'm out here living my best life. You are on my mind, and I'm thinking about you, and everything I do is for you, but I have to live my best life in order to give that to you. Yes, there's no need to feel guilty. There's no need to feel guilty. And let's practice. Practice saying no out loud. Practice. Literally, like literally, in front of a mirror. Pick up your phone or a mirror. I have a little mirror. I didn't bring it over here with me. Pick up a mirror, look at it, and say, literally, start with small no's, like, no thanks, I'm resting tonight. You know, no thanks. I have other plans. No thanks, I'm spending time with my man. No thanks, I'm spending time with my lady. No thanks, I'm spending time with my children. No thanks, I'm spending time with fucking me. You know, and it gets easier, I promise. It gets easier, because in the beginning you're like, ugh. But once you get that first no out there, you're like, oh, I did it. I did it. I said no. Yes. And you will feel amazing. Absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. You will feel it. You will feel it. You know? And just a loving reminder to you is boundaries aren't supposed to be walls. They're not supposed to be walls. And if you're feeling lonely or anything because you set a boundary, or because you said let them, then you're doing it wrong. It's not supposed to alienate people from you. It will make people respect you. And if it alienates somebody from you, then that was not your person, and they don't get it. So they have work to do within themselves, and that's at the point when you say, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck, because it's none of your fucking business. It's none of your business how they feel. None of your business. You're doing this for yourself. It's none of their business. Remember that. Remember that. It's none of their business. You are getting back to your true self. When you say no, that's your truth. Because you weren't living your truth before when you were being that yes woman or that yes man. You weren't living your truth. That yes person. You weren't living your truth when you were doing that. No is not a rejection. I think that's where we get that whole guilty thing from. Either you feel you've been rejected in the past, you feel like it's a rejection, so you don't want to say no, but it's not a rejection. It is self-love and self-care and self-preservation for yourself. When you don't want to deal with that, I don't want to do that. I don't have the bandwidth for that today. That's what I say to myself every day here. Because there are certain people in my life that are energy vampires, and I don't have the bandwidth for, I don't have the vampire. I don't have the vampire. I don't have the bandwidth for that energy. I don't. whether it's high energy, low energy, whatever energy they're bringing in here, if I don't have time for it, guess what? I don't have the bandwidth. Get it out, Maria, get it out. I don't have the bandwidth for you today. So I'm not answering my phone, and I'm not speaking to you right now. You can leave me a message. You could blow up my phone. Like I told you, that one friend, acquaintance that I have, who has now moved to another state. And it's like they will blow up your phone 8 times. One time they blew up my phone 8 fucking times. For what was the reason for that? No reason. No reason. Why are you blowing up my damn phone? Why are you doing that? Stop it. Stop it. You know, it's self-love. When you say no to something that you really did not want to do in the first place, it is self-love, because you're saying yes to yourself. Remember that. Think about that when you go into that no and you're getting all panicking. Take a deep breath, because you're like, I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to me. And if you feel like you can't do this on your own, then you're going to say, Spirit, please guide me. Tell me what I need to do. I need help. I need clarity. Get a piece of pen and a blank piece of paper, and you will see this will flow, because Spirit and your guides they're gonna come, and they're right here anyway. They're gonna say, they need us, come on. And you're gonna write that out, and you're gonna be like mind blown as to what's gonna happen. And if you don't believe it, follow Sonia Choquette, because it's real and it's true. I have done it, and it is fucking mind blowing. And you will feel fan-fucking-tastic when you do that, because your intuition and your inner self and your gut, because you know what you need to do already, beloved. Spirit is here to really tell us that, but we already know. We already know the answers to our own questions. We already know them. Trust your intuition and trust your gut. I'm pointing to my gut. Trust your gut. Trust it. Trust it. You know, if you're just starting this journey at 60 or 40 or 50 or 25, whatever age you are, it's not too late. You know, you're just allowing change. You're allowing change. And change is a good thing. Remember, this is 2025. 5 is the number of change. It's the number of change. You're allowed to take back your power. This is the card I pulled yesterday. I call back my power. Take your power back. You got the power. Take it back. Take it back. As beautiful Nova Scotia's Black Indian stories, the beautiful warrior aunties 177, my beautiful sister, my baby sister Hilda, because she's younger than me. So I get to call her my baby sister. She says that in all of her videos. Sometimes we need to be reminded that we have the power. You know, it takes me back to, like I said, the Wizard of Oz yesterday. You know, when Glinda says to, and I'm talking about the Wizard of Oz with Dorothy and the flying monkeys and the Tin Man and all. I'm talking about that. I'm not talking about Wicked. I'm talking about the Wizard of Oz, the original, the first one that we all saw as children or adults. When Glinda says to her, it's been inside you all along, dear. You've had the power all along. You've had it all along. You know, you've had it all along. There was another analogy I was just going to make, and it went out of my head when I said that too. There's another one that's like, The power is within you. You are, oh, I was going to say, Daniel-san, the Karate Kid. And Mr. Miyagi is like, Daniel-san, you have the power. The power is in you. You have the power to do this. We have the power. It's in us, beloved. The power is in us. Yes, it's in us. We just have to put it to use. We have to remind ourselves. We have to put it to use. No more yes woman, yes man, yes nobody, yes person, none of that. None of that. So if this video has hit home for you, my beloved friend, if this video has hit home for you, leave me a comment down below. Tell me one small way that you're going to practice saying no this week. How are you going to say no this week? Practice. Then let me know how you're going to practice saying no this week. All you need to do is get in your mirror and say no. You can use a scenario. Write something down on the mirror, put it on a sticky note, and it's the question, and you're going to look at that and say no. No, you already know the answer. Some of you already have stuff coming up and are regretting it right now that you said yes to doing something that you had no business saying yes to. And now for some of you, you can't get out of it. But guess what? You can. Because you just need to let them know. I said yes at a time when I didn't know that other things were happening. And I don't want to do this today. I can't do this. I'm unable to do this. I'm unavailable. So I will not be there. Period. That'll be your soft no. That'll be your little excuse. That's the only time you're going to give an excuse or anything there and an explanation. Because after that, the no is just going to come succinctly, flow right out of your mouth. No, and that's it. And that's it. That's it. That's it. So I hope that you like this video. And I don't ask you to subscribe. So it's popping up all over here. But please subscribe to my channel to see what Yappy and I get into next if you're new here. If you're new here, my name is Alexis. I go by several monikers. You'll see them here. This is the beautiful, beautiful Yappy. My beautiful cohort, my support chihuahua here on this platform. Yappy is always with me. You will never see me film a video without Yappy unless something drastic has happened and somebody has kidnapped Yappy. Because you will never see me here without Yappy. You won't. And if I start filming, Yappy's not here, Yappy is going to be coming into the studio. Because, no. You'll never see me without Yappy. And notice, in other people that you watch, they have support animals behind them too. Some in the distance, some right here, some around. So you'll notice, Yappy has started a trend. Yappy is a trendsetter. A trendsetter. So I hope that this video resonated with someone. And if it didn't, that's fine. Leave it for somebody else. Everything is not for everyone, as I said earlier. You're not hurting my feelings. Say no. Alexis, it does not resonate with me. Or no, Lexi, it doesn't resonate with me. And that is fine with me, honey. There will be several things on this platform that resonate. And right now, we have a new subscriber. I don't know who it is because I think they're anonymous. And I did not fire up the laptop to try and figure that out. So we're up to 173 now. 173 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. And this is episode 135 here. And right now we have 261 videos. This is going to be 262 on our platform. So there is so much for you to go back and watch. And go back and watch episode 1. Or go back before that and watch the boo-hooing of me crying when my mother passed. It's a 4-minute video. But I'm telling a little story in that video. And that video just was everything when I filmed it. It was everything because it really helped me. But I was trying to make a point. So go back and watch that. It's 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Give it a like. Give it a like. And watch everything. Episode 1. From episode 1 to now is a drastic change. A drastic change in how we were back then and how I have to still go back and, you know, do thumbnails and do all that stuff. And I'll do that one day when I have time. I haven't had the time to do that yet, to really fix those videos. But I will never take anything down. Everything will still be here forever and ever and ever and ever. So on that note, deuces. I'm so glad you were here. I hope you're enjoying this resurrection weekend, this Holy Week, this Easter. I hope that, you know, it's a great time for you. Hopefully you're on spring break, maybe your children or your family, you're doing something fun. So I hope you are, and I'm sending you so many well wishes, so many well wishes. And I'm so happy that you were able to squeeze us in, Yappy and I, and give us, you know, this 40 minutes of your time. We appreciate it. You know, I'm so grateful to you, so grateful to you. And I see you. I love you, friend. And I'm so proud of you. And I'm proud of you for taking your life back and saying no when you really mean no. Yes. If you mean yes, then say yes. But when you mean no, say it. Say it like you mean it. Mean what you say, and say it like you mean it. You got this. You got this. Yappy and Lexi out. And remember, if nobody else has told you, I love you plenty, 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 plenty. I don't play about you, friend. I love you so much, and I'm so glad that you're here with us. Have a fabulous Friday. A fan-fucking-tastic Friday. And we'll see you on the next one. Deuces.